I finally trained my TikTok to show me mostly boys love related content, so I decided to react on these TikToks. Some of them made me really happy, some of them made me very angry. Please remember that even if I react emotionally on something or criticize something, I don't attack the creator. I can be emotional over their claims, so I can criticize their content, but I don't have any hate against any creators mentioned in this video. I also will share links to all the TikToks on the description, so if I edit something out, you can check the full content yourself and make your own opinion on that. So let's dive in.
The summer Hikaru died not being labeled as a boy love brings up an interesting conversation about the framing of gay works within Japan. The author Mokumokuren initially announced they were working on a non-human boy love, but the official publication does not have that tag, so people were initially concerned about queer erasure.
I don't think that's what people were concerned about when they were talking about the erasure of tag boys love. I think people were concerned if Yoshiki and Hikaru are going to be in some sort of romantic relationship.
We'll be guaranteed to have queer themes, and we see that with how the work discusses grief in relation to Yoshiki's closeted feelings for Hikaru. But I think it's interesting that there's such a discussion about whether or not the summer Hikaru died is a queer story, or just queer-coded, or even queer baiting, simply because it doesn't have the boy love tag to clarify. And I think we need to move away from the idea that the boy love label is the only way to confirm that a Japanese work is queer.
Wait. What do you mean we use label BL to confirm that the Japanese work is queer? I think the creator of this video had a very short time, because it's a short video, to explain the idea. It lack of nuances because boys love tag is not so well accepted by everyone. It's still very stigmatized. The conversation wasn't about queer erasure, and the author, not only she said it's that there's going to be queer topics, but she was like, it's a queer story anyway. Since Yoshiki is the main character of this story, who's gay and who's suffering from the homophobia of his small village that judges people like him, and he is so suffocated with this internalized homophobia and these feelings. Even if it wasn't about his relationship with monster Hikaru or his feelings to his friend Hikaru, it still would be queer. But if it was labeled as boys love, it probably should to deliver at least some of romantic resolvent. It's a very nuanced and complicated topic, and I have a full video about it. So I don't think it's fair to say that when we say something has a label BL or boys love, that it's going to be definitely queer representation, because a lot of authors, including in Japan, even though things got better recently, but still they have bias against the label BL. They don't take it too seriously, and they try to avoid it. And sometimes it feels like that what happened to the summer Hikaru died too, because Mokumokuren, she has self-published boys love manga, which means she knows what boys love fans want and need. And maybe the work even was pitched to a boys love magazine but was rejected. This is I'm saying maybe, I don't think that maybe it's not what happened, but there is a story of Japanese mangaka, let me take my notes, Mika Daichi. I was talking about this case in my other video, but there is Japanese mangaka Mika Daichi was pitching her complex BL story to boys love magazines, and she was refused to publish it under BL label because, as I said, a lot of publishers and a lot of people has a bias against it. Some people think it's not queer, or boys love is only for straight heterosexual women that are not actually interested in queer topics, which is not true. And sometimes, one of the most recent cases, the mangaka Togaya Arata. Recently, she was complaining on her Twitter that even though she wrote a boys love manga, when people compliment it, they use phrases like, "Oh, it's like I wasn't reading a boys love manga, it's like I was reading something else." She was like, "It's a romance story about two men. What do you mean it's not boys love?"
As a source for wholesome gay romances, but they often tend to ignore other parts of the queer experience like self-discovery and homophobia, and there's so much potential for the exploration of these topics without romance being the focus. And more mangas like that do exist now, like My Brother's Husband, I Think My Son Is Gay, Wandering Son, and now Hikaru, all exploring important queer themes without using the boy love label.
Okay, what? Let me tell you something. Boys love label is not about exploring wholesome romances, and it doesn't have a space for exploring other queer topics. Like, obviously, this creator didn't read BL or didn't read enough of BL, so it's crazy to make a claim like that. And this is like literally confirms what I was talking at the beginning. People tend to dismiss BL as something serious, as a serious queer romance or a serious queer story, only because it's BL. And let me give you some examples of boys love manga that explore topics like that. There is a manga, Flip Flip Slowly, and it's about a man who, when he was teenager, was outed as a gay in a very small town, and he had to face so much homophobia. So he left to Tokyo and haven't back home for many years until someone from his family died, and he returned to this town when he was traumatized. And we're looking at the story on how this trauma shaped his love life as an adult. A very deep, a very important topic for queer people, I think, to explore. Another queer manga is Twittering Birds Never Fly. It mostly explores the dark world of Yakuza. Even though like the relationship of two main characters of this story are the main focus, of course, it still goes to so much of psychological trauma, to so much feelings and struggles and things like that. Even light-hearted BL manga, like comedy manga, like Cherry Magic, for instance, explores important queer topics like gay marriage. A lot of manga explores how gay people cannot marry each other in Japan. You need just to read boys love manga before making a wild claim like that.
In person is not embarrassing, y'all. There is nothing more liberating than looking at a cashier in the eyes as you hand them over a book that's titled The Feisty Omega and His Twin Mates. I would like to buy this one, please. At least it's plastic wrapped. You know, there's no way they know what that book actually is.
I fully support that statement. I fully agree with everything this creator said, because at the end of the day, boys love is just a comic book. I'm gonna sound very pretentious, but have you ever read books? Do you know how much weird stuff are inside regular books? Boys love, like, there are spicy and wild boys love, but overall it's just a book you read, and probably the person at the cash register, they don't think about you. They think about how much do they get paid hourly, and if that's enough, and how much they're tired, because I think working in a bookstore is a very hard job. So I don't think people are thinking about you too much. And also, at least in Poland, I don't know about other countries. In Poland, you can lend boys love in libraries. How I discovered about that, I go to one of the libraries here, and I was returning Japanese folk tales, and there was like a screen that was advertising new titles that were in this library. And there was like, oh, we have new arrived, we have Boys Love, The Bride of Ignat. And then I went to check the catalog, and in Poland they have danmei, they have Boys Love novels, Boys Love manga. In libraries, you can lend them, you can read them. So if libraries are not ashamed of having them, why do you have to be ashamed of buying one book? horrible take, okay? This is not what's happening in real life. The implication that fujoshi are misogynistic because we mostly read stories about gay men is wild, because it's just about our preference in fiction. Fujoshi spend most of the time around other women. If you ever been outside in any fujoshi-centric event, especially in Japan, like usually you will meet the sweetest, the nicest women in the world that will accept you with all your flaws, and most of us are actually activists and struggling real life issues from like politics or like doing some activism, supporting feminist initiatives and so on, so on, so on. Like saying that fujoshi are misogynistic is misogynistic. Because why the space where women just, you know, talk, create something they like is called like that? I know there are researches and stuff like that, but usually they talk about misogynistic tropes inside works, but not how a person live their life. Okay, this is an example of a lot of talking points in BL community. We should have less of that and more of that. My reply to takes like that is usually, you should read more BL. For this particular TikTok, I will put a recommendation of BL with switch characters. Whenever someone says we need more of that and less of that, it's like they dismiss the other trope that people enjoy, because you may not like it, which is fine. If we talk about like buff top character and like more soft, gentle uke character, it's usually because people like opposites in fictional stories. People like when someone is tall and other is short. I have a lot of things I don't like in boys love, but I usually don't use this language because I'll just go and look for BL that I will enjoy instead of sticking around the works that I don't like.
Estimate the buying power of fujoshis in the anime market.
That's true. I have a video about it.
The term fujoshi describes women that are fans of boys love and yaoi.
Boys love and yaoi is the same thing. I have a video about it.
They have a huge influence in the success of a work. Most famously, Yoshiyuki Tomino in 1998 reiterated the importance of young women fans being the original supporters of the Gundam franchise, and that the most important thing for a work to succeed is attracting that specific audience.
Okay, this talking point is correct. Fujoshi really buy and support a lot of other works. This is example of something that recently started to annoy me a little bit, because when men, especially shonen fans, talk about fujoshi, they always talk about how we are useful to promote their works, and never talk about us as a group of people who have our own interests. They're never curious to go and explore boys love, and just keep talking about us like using fujoshi as a stepping stone. There is mangakas who started as shonen manga fans, and they were creating doujinshi, fan arts. They developed their skills, they developed their style, and then they became full-time BL mangakas. I wish to be more acknowledged as a group of people with our own interests and not as a support team for other interests, and that's partially what I'm trying to do in this channel.
Oh my gosh, guys, we're on a Michelin! Are you excited, Zoe? Zoe? Zoe! What are you doing? Zoe!
Zoe is so happy. Zoe in the best place in the world. I support Zoe. I support Zoe so much. Zoe super messy. As someone who loves boys love and roller coasters, I would gladly try to do something like that, but I think I would be afraid for my phone. I need to get some print manga or something like that. I fully support this TikTok and I fully support Zoe. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see me react on more TikToks like that and to share my opinion on different boys love topics, please leave me a comment, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I make videos about Japan, anime, manga, boys love and my life in general. Please watch my other videos. I have plenty of them on the channel. It will help YouTube to understand that this channel is actually interesting to someone, so it will recommend it to more people. I'm already working on my next video, so I'll see you in the next one.